Hey Ed, it's Jessica Peterson with Peterson SEO. Thank you so much for speaking with me this morning and accepting this free video. Now, I know you were a little bit hesitant and you haven't really had a real big focus on your online presence, and you did mention some issues with your Google Business Profile. But the thing is, without having these focuses, you're losing 70% of the available jobs every month by not having the strategies I'm about to show you in place. Now, I'm going to go over 3 things that you can start applying right away, and it is going to make a significant impact in your business. And I know that it will, because I've applied these same strategies with over 50 other restoration companies just like you guys, and it has made a significant impact in their businesses. So today I am going to talk to you about 3 main strategies. We're going to talk about your content keyword strategy, your citations, and then finally your backlink SEO. Okay. So yes, we are here on your website. You do have a decent looking website. You do have the basic foundations. Okay. First of all, I do love this military discount thing. God bless our soldiers and veterans. I do similar. So I love that. I love that you have these click to call buttons, making it super easy for your customers when they land on your page to convert. The only problem is right now you're getting 0 people on your website. And so you need these strategies so we can drive that traffic and then convert them when they get here. Okay. So when Google ranks your website, it is not based on how it looks. It is based on content. So that means having the right type of content and strategy in place. Google does require having a separate page for all of your major services. And it does look like you at least have a couple pages for some of your major services. Hopefully you have more, maybe they're just not in this navigation. But Google does require that so that this entire page can be devoted to that one service. So you can talk about that service, explain your processes, answer the most commonly asked questions, and just be a really helpful information. And then have that information written around the local keywords people are actively searching. Because 90% of the time, when people are searching, they've never been in this position before, especially in this industry. Okay, so they don't know who you are, and they're not going to be searching you by brand. They're going to be searching by the service they actually need. So it is absolutely critical to be hyper-focused on your local keyword strategy. Okay? So you want to make sure if you don't have a different page for all your services, that you do that. And if you're servicing the entire DFW area or outside of McKinney and Dallas and some of those other areas, you really need to have service area pages for each area that you serve so you can be found in those areas. Okay. Now your content, that could be videos, it could be images like these. And you want to make sure that everything is optimized with local keywords. And here it has your name, Clicks Emergency Services, but it doesn't have the local keywords. So we do need to use the local keywords. You can use your brand name, but you still need the local keywords. So this could be McKinney water damage or water damage restoration Dallas. Whichever area is your main focus, your images, your homepage, and all these service pages should be focused around the keywords for that specific location. And then if you have other service area pages, you would do similar for that page, but for that specific location. Hopefully that makes sense. Okay. So you want your images, videos, and all of the text to be optimized and focused around the local keywords. Your homepage here is the most important page of your entire website, and it's supposed to tie all of your pages together So it is important that you have brief summaries of each of the services that you offer around the local keywords. So again, that's water damage restoration Dallas, storm damage cleanup Dallas, remodeling Dallas. Okay, if you do mold remediation Dallas, fire damage restoration Dallas. Okay, we have to focus on those local keywords. And this homepage needs at least 1,500 words or more of written content. If your competitors have more than 1,500 words, you will need more than they have. So if they have 1,500 words, you're going to go for 1,800 or even 2,000 words on this page. Okay, it's absolutely critical. Google is sending crawlers to your website, which are little mini robots, and it's scanning all of your pages, images, and all of this written information to learn about who your business is, what type of services do you offer, and where do you offer them. And so having the right content and keyword strategy is going to show Google what you guys are all about. It's going to help Google index you for keywords so that Google can send people to your website. Okay. Now, your top competitor for water damage in Dallas area is SERVPRO. And you do not have to compete against the entire franchise, only the local franchisees in your service area. Okay. But these franchisees kind of have their hands tied. They are given these pages. They're not allowed to have their own websites. And they're not allowed to really modify this content here. Okay. So you have the advantage over them because you can do all of those things. So all you have to do is better. That means you have more written content, better quality content. Okay. Having these long form blog articles, doing more articles, more pages, and better content is going to help you to not only compete, but to eventually be able to outrank these guys. It is absolutely doable. Okay. Now, I know you had mentioned something about your Google business profile, not being able to rank it or get it in the map pack. And so there are a few things you can do. You do have it. Like you said, you have a 5.0, which is awesome with 41 reviews. There's a lot of things you can be doing here to optimize this profile further so that you are in the top 3 in McKinney. Okay. But you are in there. You just have to get it ranking up. Adding more reviews is always going to help. I've found, or my customers have found, once you cross over the 100 and 200 reviews, your calls go up exponentially. Okay. So just getting more reviews alone is going to do some help. Optimizing this here for those local keywords. You only have one update here from April. So doing a couple updates a week is definitely going to help you. All of these are just extra little tips I wasn't planning on, but those are just a couple extra tips to help you on your profile. Now, the other thing you're going to need are citations. But before I get to that, when your customers do a search like this on Google, there's 3 main spots that your website has the opportunity to be in the top of Google for. Okay? The first spot are always going to be your ads. Those are cost per click ads and local service ads. If that's something you're interested in, it can be very lucrative as long as you have your processes dialed in and proper landing pages built for your ads. And you're not just sending them to your main website pages. Okay? Because those are not going to convert with your ads. And so if you don't have those dialed in, you want to fix that first so that you actually get a good ROI with your ads. Now, these next 2 sections here are most critical because this is where the majority of people come. So this here is the Google Map Pack. Okay. And you do want your business to show up in the top 3 because 30% of people come straight to the maps and don't go anywhere else. So when you're not listed as one of these top 3 companies, you are leaving money on the table, and you are quite literally handing your customers to your competition. So in order to get in the top 3, you do need to further optimize your profile. I just talked about it a little bit briefly, but one of the most important things you can do is get citations. And citations is simply listing the name of your business, the address, phone number, and website, and listing those in a bunch of directories like the Yellow Pages, Better Business Bureau, Yelp, Glassdoor, Angie's, Home Advisor, House. Even things like your social media profiles are citations. And so you need to get a bunch of citations, and you do need more than your competition has. And that is going to help you tremendously rank in this top 3. Okay. And then finally, this last section here, this is the organic section. Okay. This is the most critical section because 60 to 70% of people, they'll skip the ads, they'll skip these maps over here, and they'll come right down here to these websites. And so you need your website to show up here. And if it doesn't, you're again losing 60 to 70% of the jobs available every single month by just not having your website here. So there is a ton of potential that you're currently missing out on. So in order for your website to show up here, it all comes back down to the foundation of this website. Does it have the proper content and keyword strategy? And then are you supporting that with your backlink SEO? Now this is Ahrefs, a paid tool we use to show us how your website is performing. And we can see here you have a rating of a 0.3 out of 100 in Google's trust flow, which means Google doesn't trust your website. And yes, that does have to do with the quality of the website, but more so it's the power we send to your website. Your website is a tool, and just like most tools we use, they require power. So we send power to our websites by getting backlinks. So you need a lot of backlinks, but it's important to understand not all backlinks are created equal. It is a popularity contest. We only want the good quality do follow links. And so you guys have 71 here and such a low score, which tells me that majority, if not all of your links, are spammy, junky links that are actually hurting your score. So we want to focus on getting only good quality links, and those are going to be things, are links coming from websites that have similar businesses, other home service business websites and vendors, etc. Okay, and once you get those good quality links and get more than your competition as well, it's going to increase the score. Google's going to trust your website, and it's going to promote your website higher, and it's going to help you rank your keywords. Okay. Now, currently, you don't really have much content on your website, and you don't have any keyword strategies. You haven't been indexed for any keywords, so you're not getting any traffic to your website. And so if we look at your competitor, their specific area here is a 4.5, which is really low, which makes sense because they're not going to pay for SEO when they can't fix what's wrong. But because their website has so much power at a 76, it's able to push power to all of these different service areas for all of these franchisees, which allows them to rank for keywords and drive traffic. So these guys at this one specific location alone is getting over 1,300 people to their website. And when you look at it, it's because they are ranked on the first page of Google. There's 10 spots per page. And they're all these good quality local keywords. And we can see there's tons of search volume. There's over 1,000 in searches just for water damage alone in Dallas. Okay. So again, these guys are absolutely beatable, but you just have to apply these strategies that I've just shown you. So please feel free to take it, run with it, and do it yourself. And start helping more people. But if you'd rather have a partner in this, go ahead and give us a call here at Peterson SEO, because this is our specialty, and we would love to hear back from you. So feel free to reach out, and we look forward to hearing from you.